I'm here at the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York, and they have set up for the public to enjoy some of the craziest and rarest arcade games that I have ever laid my eyes on, and I am gonna go play some. So I have to know, what is this? I've seen a lot of arcade games, but I've never seen something like this.
This is a version of Tetris Giant. This actually never made it into full production. I believe this is the only copy in North America.
Oh, really? So if you've seen the Disney animated movie Wreck-It Ralph, you might know that the movie is based around a game called Fix It Felix. They did such an amazingly kind of convincing job of making it look like, you know, like a classic Nintendo game. I mean, even the art, you know, on Wreck-It Ralph up here, he's got the crosses in his teeth. He looks like Donkey Kong on the next machine over, basically. So this is Hercules, which I have never, ever seen before, and it is a massive, the world's biggest pinball machine. It's so big it uses a pool cue ball. ATARI made a couple hundred of these. They didn't really make very many, and there's very few left in existence. There's very few left in existence that are in perfect working condition, like the one here at the museum. I have never gotten to touch one of these, but you've got one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, so I've got to try it on this thing. So this is the Super System, the Nintendo Super System, which was basically, it lets you play Super Nintendo games in the arcade. This is ActRaiser. It's like one of my very favorite games of all time on the Super Nintendo, and I'm very surprised to find that it has an arcade version, which to this day I did not actually know existed, and I just died. I don't think I've ever laid eyes on a Sonic Championship machine. This was a Sonic fighting game that was only in the arcades. To see something like this is really cool, because even the biggest Sonic the Hedgehog fans haven't even played this game. I am sitting in an extremely rare arcade machine right now. This is a Radar Scope cabinet. It was made by Nintendo of America, and Radar Scope was actually a very pivotal game in the history of the gaming industry. Not because it was any good, but actually because it was really bad. Nintendo of America ordered a whole bunch of these, but they weren't selling, so they had to replace it with some other game. And so the game they ended up replacing it with was Donkey Kong, which of course, you know, not only became a big hit, but revolutionized the whole industry. And Donkey Kong was only ever made because Nintendo needed a replacement game to fill all the Radar Scope cabinets. But not these. I've never ever seen one of these big, full-size, sit-down Radar Scope machines before. This is absolutely amazing. What arcade game from your childhood would you most like to play again, just one more time? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe, and then when you're done with all that, go to Rochester, New York, check out the National Museum of Play, where you might just get to play it again.